Hello students, we are done with unit number 2. Now we will start with unit number 3. There are two parts to this circuit. We will try to, in the first part, we will try to understand behavior of circuits because of their circuit elements. When I say circuit elements, I am pointing out to a circuit where you have passive components such as resistor, capacitor, inductor. All these three components we have already studied in unit number 1. Okay, so the basic purpose of understanding this unit is to understand the behavior when these components are connected in the circuit. Okay, so that will be the first part, and second part is AC fundamentals. That means we will try to understand AC signals, how AC signals are produced. Okay, how AC signals are produced, different terminologies used in used for AC signals. Then there is, when you say AC signals, we directly imagine it to be a sinusoidal waveform. There are non-sinusoidal waveform. There is furthermore classification as symmetric and asymmetric AC waveforms. So all these things, phasor diagram, okay, all these things we have to understand step by step in unit number 3. So the first thing which we will start with is, the topic is transient behavior of circuit elements. Again, as I said, when I say circuit elements, that means I am talking about resistance, capacitor, inductor connected in the circuit. These are passive components connected in the circuit, and because of that the behavior of the circuit will differ. Okay, so we will try to understand, under this heading we will try to understand three circuits: RC, RL and RLC. That means RC means a circuit which has only resistance and capacitor, then RL means a circuit which has only resistance and inductor, and third one is resistance, a circuit which has resistance, inductor, capacitor, all the three which is be connected in the circuit. So we have to derive certain equation to understand how exactly the circuit will work. Okay, now before going to the circuits, let us first try to understand the transient behavior. Okay, so when I say transient, of course this is a new word for you. Transient means momentary change. Okay, momentary change. And in electronic circuit, what is going to change? Current, voltage or frequency of the circuit. So momentary change in the current or voltage or frequency in an electronic circuit is known as its transient behavior. So the circuit will always have two states: transient state and steady state. Okay, of course all these terminologies are very new for you. I will give you an explanation. Okay, I will give you an example. Now suppose you are going from home to college on your two-wheeler. Okay, so what you do is, of course, when you start your two-wheeler and start the traveling process, right? You are moving now. When you start the two-wheeler, it takes some time to reach a steady state. That means the speed becomes constant at a particular interval of time. It cannot be, you cannot start or initiate the travel with a constant speed, right? That means you will sit, you will start, you will sit, when you initiate, what happens is the speed will slowly increase depending upon the energy which you are going to provide, and then at some time the energy will, or the speed will remain, the speed becomes constant. So there are two states to it. So when you are traveling or when you are driving your two-wheeler, there are two states: transient state, steady state. Transient state is the time when you start the vehicle and you're up to the time when you reach to the steady state, and once the steady state is reached, that is called as equilibrium state, your speed will be constant. So that is how you have to understand. So even when the electronic circuit, when a potential is applied to the circuit, there will be a transient state initially, and then there will be a steady state. So we are not much bothered about the steady state. We are more interested on what happens when there is a transient state of RC circuits, RL circuits and RLC circuits. So I hope you have understood what I'm trying to communicate. So because see what happens is capacitor, inductor, these components, they are used to store charge. Electrical charge is stored in the capacitor, and in inductor charges is stored in the way of magnetic field. So already there are charges in the capacitor or inductor. So when you initiate an external force which is applied by the external supply which you are giving, what happens is the behavior of the circuit will change. That is what we will try to understand under the heading transient behavior of the circuit. Okay, so the first circuit which we will try to understand is RC circuit. That means a circuit which has resistance and capacitor in it. Okay, so see the circuit diagram. The circuit diagram will be like this. I will keep one switch which is in the open condition. There is one resistance and one capacitor connected in series. So this is R, this is C, this is the switch S, and this is the potential which we are going to apply. Okay, now we have to understand this circuit in 3 different time interval. Okay, the time interval will be t equals to 0 minus, t equals to 0, and t is equal to 0 plus. So these 3 time interval we have to understand. Okay, that means before starting the vehicle, and once you have started, after a certain time period, what happens to the behavior of the vehicle, what happens to the speed of the vehicle. Okay, so that is how you have to understand. Okay, speed of the vehicle before you start the vehicle, at the start of the vehicle, and once you start the vehicle and you have initiated the driving, and what happens to the speed. Okay, so these are the 3 things. Okay, so now when t is equal to 0 minus, that means when the switch is not connected, so when switch is not connected, of course what happens, the current is I, but will there be any flow of current? Of course there will be no flow of current. So the potential drop across resistance, that is let's say this is VR and this is VC. So voltage drop across resistance will be 0, voltage drop across capacitor will be equal to 0, considering initially capacitor has no charge. Now at t is equal to 0, okay, t is equal to 0 at the exact point, that means when the switch is on. But as soon as the switch is on, the capacitor will oppose any instantaneous change in the current. So still what happens is VR at that point and VC is equal to 0. And now the third condition which we will try to understand, that what happens when, so this is the process from transient to steady state. Okay, t is equal to 0 plus after switching on, and then what will be the response of the circuit. So if you apply Kirchhoff's law to this circuit, what you get is Kirchhoff's voltage law, V is equal to VR plus VC, right? Total voltage around any closed loop starting from 1.1 potential going back to the same point, same potential, must be equal to 0. So V is equal to VR plus VC, or can I write V is equal to RI plus VC. Ri is the resistance multiplied by the current, which will form the potential difference. I hope you have understood. So V is equal to Ri equals to VC. Now I is equal to IC. I is equal to IC. As R and C are connected in series, same current will flow through this, and the current through the capacitor is given by C dVc by dt. So let this be equation number 1, let this be equation number 2. Substituting the value of 2 in 1, what we get is V is equal to RC dVc by dt plus VC. Okay, so if you divide this equation throughout by RC, what you get is dVc by dt equal dC by V equal to VC upon RC equals to V upon RC. Okay, dividing throughout the equation by RC. So this is what we are going to get. Okay, so now if you now comparing the above equation with d dt of I plus pi dt equals to q. If you compare this, what you get is P is equal to 1 upon RC and Q is equal to V upon RC. So this is first order differential equation. Now the equation has two parts. The equation has two parts. Pi, that is proportional integral. Okay, proportional integral part, where we take the response or we study the response at t is equal to infinite. That means after long time of operation has been performed on the circuit. And then this is complementary function, which is when external potential is applied. Okay, external potential is applied. So now Pi is equal to the voltage across capacitor when t tends to infinite. Of course, what will happen is, as soon as switch is on, the capacitor will charge, and with respect to time, the charge in the capacitor will increase. The voltage formula for voltage across capacitor is Vc is equal to Q by C, where C is the capacitance and Q is the charge stored in the capacitor. So as Q is increasing, V is increasing. But at some time interval, what happens is, when capacitor is completely charged, the voltage across capacitor will be equal to V. Okay, so when you say when time t is equal to infinite, that means we are trying to study the behavior of the circuit at a at a long interval of time. So at this point Vc is equal to V. So proportional integral behavior or the state is Pi is equal to V. Next is complementary function. Okay, complementary function. So complementary function of first order differential equation is given by A is equal to e raised to power minus pt, where p is 1 upon RC. So complementary function is given by A is equal to minus t upon RC. Okay, so this is the equation. Now what we have to do is we have to identify, or we have to find out the value of coefficient A, so that we can solve the equation and derive the waveform for the circuit which we have mentioned as RC. So having got the value of a proportional integral and complementary function, we can write that the voltage across capacitor is given by V plus A into e raised to power minus t upon RC. Now let find coefficient, let's say find coefficient A. So at Vc equals to 0 plus, as I said, the capacitance will oppose any instantaneous change in the current or voltage value. So at that point the value will be 0. So this will be V plus A e raised to power minus 0, which will be 1. So Vc at 0 plus is equal to V plus A, and this entire equation will be equated to 0 as I said, the capacitor will oppose any instantaneous change in the value. So V plus A will be equals to 0, or A is equal to minus V. So substituting this value in this equation, what we get is Vc is equal to V minus V e raised to power minus T upon RC, or I can say Vc is equal to V common 1 minus e raised to power minus T minus T RC. So this is the equation for the voltage across capacitor. Now RC is what? RC is time constant. Okay, time constant. So now what we will try to understand is the graph between voltage across capacitor and with respect to time, which will be drawn on x-axis. Okay. So in case 1, that is when T is equal to RC. When T is equal to RC. So in this equation, what will happen? T is equal to RC. Vc is equal to V 1 minus e raised to power minus 1. E raised to power minus 1, log of e raised to power minus 1. When you calculate, the value comes out to be Vc is equal to V 1 minus 1 minus 0.357. Okay, e raised to power minus 1, you can calculate 0.367. Okay, so so the value will be Vc is equal to, at time t equals to RC. This is the case 1. Okay, Vc is equal to this value will be 0.633 V. That means at time t equals to RC, say at t, okay, t, what is the value? It reaches to 0.633 of the total voltage. Okay, so this is the point. Next, 2t, that means case 2, t is equal to 2RC. So 2RC will be, what will happen? Here the value will change to Vc will be equal to, if you can say, it will be V into 1 minus e raised to power minus 2. RC is equal to, so 2RC upon RC, RC will get cancelled, so it will be V into 1 minus e raised to power minus 2. So log of e raised to power minus 2 you have to calculate. That value comes out to be 0.135. So 1 minus 0.135 will be the value will be Vc is equal to 0.135, right? So 5, 6, 8, it will be 0.865. so at T2 the value will be say 0.865. Similarly, you have case 3. Now case 3 it will be say 3RC. So again, what will be the condition? Case 3RC, it will be Vc equals to V in bracket 1 minus e raised to power 3RC upon RC. RC gets cancelled, minus 3, log of E minus 3, which will be, when you calculate, the value comes out to be around 0.049. So so Vc will be equals to 0.951. Okay, so this is at 3t. So what you can see is the value of, or the charge or the voltage across capacitor is increasing exponentially, right? It is increasing exponentially, and when you reach 4t and 5t, the value becomes almost constant. So this is the graph. The value becomes almost constant. So this is the part where it is steady state. and this is the transient state. So from the waveform, what we can see is, with respect to time, the charge in the capacitor gradually increases to the value, maximum value will be V, right? Maximum gradual, and that increase in the capacitor will be exponentially. So if you want a certain function has to be performed at a different interval of time, what you can do is you can vary the value of R and C, and you can perform that operation at different interval of time. So this is what we can understand, that the capacitor, when RC or a resistance and a capacitor is connected, the voltage across output will increase exponentially, and at a certain interval of time it will become steady. So if you want the operation to be performed at a specific time period, you can select the value of R and C in such a way that the steady state reaches at a particular time interval. So this is the basic. See, these circuits, RC circuits, are used in tuning circuits, where you tune a frequency. Okay, so to reach to that particular frequency, if you want a certain time period, you can select the value of R and C in such a way that it reaches the frequency at a different time interval. So that is what the objective of understanding transient behavior of RC circuit. The next one which we will try to understand is the transient behavior of RL circuit. I hope you have understood this. Thank you.